Hello everyone, Chandler here. Today I'm showing you how to nollie heel flip on a handboard. So for nollie heel flips, what you want to do is put your front hand just like this in this corner of the board. So as you're going forward and popping your nollie, you're going to be pushing it this direction just slightly. It's the opposite of what the heel flip is going to rotate, but it gives it a little bit of an easier of an edge for that other hand to catch and flick it around. As your other hand is popping like that and getting this motion, this hand right here is going to catch it and flick down just like that, like you're scooping your hand into water or a lot of ice cream. I'm going to be honest, this is one of the harder tricks to do on a handboard just because it's very unreliable as far as heel flips in my opinion. Nollie flips are really easy just because your fingers can always hit that same spot of the board and this part of your hand is always out of the way. But for heel flips, you're using your whole hand to push forwards and it just makes it a lot harder to do in my opinion. Just because you can hit this part of your pinky, this part, this part, this part. You can hit your other fingers. You can use your middle finger to do it. It's hard to get it a consistent roll. And it also doesn't help because this board has a lot of grip tape on it. So if any of my skin on this side of my hand hits the board, it's going to catch onto that and flick off of it. Sometimes the board will do a good nollie flip. Sometimes it'll kind of go into that kind of motion. And it's very unreliable for me right now. If you haven't seen my how to nollie flip video, it's very similar to that with this motion of the hand. You're pushing forwards. This hand doesn't really slide back and flick, in my opinion. It stays in one place and flicks down, making this a lot less complicated. You're just doing that with your hand. Just that. And this hand over here is going to be pushing forwards, giving the board that scooping motion, or that sliding motion that usually your back foot would do. On a real skateboard, this hand would stay in one place. This would go off like that. But that's not how it really works. This just stays pushing down. This hand does the pushing that direction. So it's kind of weird, but once you figure out how to get the right pushing, I use my middle finger just to push on the bottom part of the board right here to give it that motion, just like that. And this hand pushing straight down, and it kind of comes naturally. One of the common problems I face doing nollie heel flips is this hand doing nothing at all. I would do this motion and the board would fly just like that, and this hand would be in the air doing nothing. I hadn't judged how fast the board was going to pop accurately, so this hand was not hitting where it's supposed to be. That just takes practice and timing, and luckily this takes a little effort to run. Compared to a regular skateboard, you're working the whole day and you get little progress. On this, you can probably learn this in one day. If you just keep trying and do little pressure changes, and just take your time, patience, it's a very fun trick. If there are any other kind of handboard tricks you want me to teach you, I am more than happy to. If you haven't seen my other videos, those are the tricks I can do. On Instagram, I'm always posting live videos, just doing handboarding, taking requests, and learning new things from you guys. And every once in a while I do a live video on YouTube. I do videos on handboarding every Tuesday, is what I've been trying to do for the past couple of weeks. And I do it at least once a week because I do videos every single day. So if you want to see more from me, go ahead and subscribe. If you like this kind of video about tutorials or handboarding, or just handboarding in general, like the video so I know I can make more of these. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and God bless.